I figured I'd go for a stroll some 70 meters high in the air. This is a beautiful morning where we are, the Capilano Suspension Bridge. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, everyone at home. We're in North Vancouver this morning for what is another beautiful day in Metro Vancouver. Great over here, 70 meters high in the air, like I said, and 135 meters long right across the Capilano River. So you've got a watering can with you, so why don't we give a little bit of a demo and you just sort of so you can give us an idea of what people can do there. And we're right on the block here of a house, so people can just come outside and then take their watering can or even a hose if they want and run the hose for a couple of minutes, or use the watering can. You want about two full loads of the watering can, and just do exactly what Sarah is doing and water around the area to give these trees a little bit of life. Many of them were planted up to 2 years ago.
Ankles, knees, and hips.
Ankles. Okay, you just fire away and then we'll see. And this is something that Simon was telling me, that when you do these sort of things, these are movements you can also do outside, whether you're in a park, whether you find a bench, because CrossFit, a lot of it is doing body weight, and a lot of things you can use your surroundings. So it's not only in the gym, but a lot of it is, and you can see him going, like, this isn't tough for him, because he's a pro, but when I hop on there, things are going to get a little different. So, Simon, how big are these? I'm going to take a little bit of a taste, and you guys are going to join me with it, and I'm going to tell you what I taste, okay?
Please, yeah.
Okay, I'm not a big wine connoisseur, but it tastes kind of sweet to me. Is there supposed to be some fruity notes in there?
Lots of ripe fruit, like maybe black cassis. Yeah, definitely. You can get a point for that. And a hint of a little...
Is our deep fried caramel apple pie. It's our signature pie. It's won awards all over Western Canada at the fair, so I'm sure you're going to love it.
Okay, and you know what? In the interest of we're at the fair, and in the interest of being completely messy and having no manners at all, I'm going to dig into this with my hands, may I add. So give me 1 second here. Hopefully you guys can hear the crunch that's going to be happening. Oh my gosh. That's a great pie. I apologize if I have food on my face or something. That is phenomenal. It's not only a pie, but it's deep fried. Amazing. It's easy as pie. Ever heard that joke before?
I have now.
Well, there you go. Send it back to you, Michelle, because I got to finish this thing. Well, with how hot and dry it's been in BC so far this summer, we're talking about the risk of wildfires, and I want to bring in Victor Penman, the District of North Vancouver Fire Chief. Victor, what should people know this time of year?
Well, I mean, obviously, even though we had a bit of a wet June, now that
I gotta say, after what happened yesterday in terms of the cougar sighting here at Lighthouse Park, we wanted to make sure that we weren't in any immediate danger. So Caleb and myself, we bolted right into the truck. But luckily, we have Martin Ernst here, who's the Assistant Fire Chief for West Vancouver. Martin, now, given that the cougar was spotted here yesterday morning, how common is it for them to come down at a public area like this?
There's wild animals everywhere. I mean, we're in a green belt. There's bears, there's cougars, raccoons.
It's been fairly consistent throughout the morning, but we're here at the Grouse Grind, and that's really not deterring anyone from going up the mountain. Now, we have Eric Boquet with us. He's been here at Grouse Mountain for 30 years. We've got some funny stuff to say, but first of all, Eric, you see people going up the mountain this morning, or up the grind this morning. What should people be doing, bringing, and how should they be staying hydrated?
Well, you want to be prepared anytime you go out and exercise. You want to get yourself warmed up. You want to make sure that you've had some good...
Snowy, sloppy, rainy day for Vancouverites and people around the area. Two things that have been happening for drivers and for commuters. The first thing, let me show you, is this wet, sloppy stuff, which is accumulated all morning into the afternoon, and it's going to last, obviously, for the rest of the day. This is what happens when you have rain and when you have snow mixing at the same time. The second thing is the bus behind me. It's broken down on the corner of Alma and Broadway, a very busy intersection. While it's important that drivers are extra cautious this time of year, pedestrians also need to be mindful of their surroundings, like looking both ways when crossing the street, making eye contact with drivers, and knowing that texting and walking is probably not a very good idea. 3,000 of these sandbags are what separates Mission Creek from these homes in a neighborhood in Kelowna. And on late Thursday night, the water rose up and poured all the way through this garden into that home and ended up in the basement, which is when neighbors and families got together and began the cleanup. The difference between donations during the winter and summer months is staggering. During the winter time, many of these boxes are piled high right to the top of the netting, while during the summertime, many of these crates are left completely empty, showing that while many of us spend our summers outside enjoying the warm weather, donations here at the Vancouver Food Bank take a huge hit. We've heard how it works. We've heard why it's so popular. Now it is time to give it a shot.